You're listening to Those Dram Yinzers with your hosts, Jon and Zach.
Hey everyone, I'm Jon.
And I'm Matt.
And welcome to a special edition of Those Dram Yinzers, where we drink days 12 through 16 of the Pittsburgh Whiskey Friends Whiskey Advent Calendar and talk about it.
And guess about it.
And guess. And be completely wrong the entire time.
I'll throw a few rights in there.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just get right into it. Thanks for coming on, Matt.
You're welcome, Jon. Glad to be here. Stretch my audio muscles again. I definitely remember how this works.
Good.
Yep.
Do you want to say it out loud so you know you're right?
I remember, but I think for the listeners, they might not remember. So that's why you should.
They're already 3 into it at this point, so they know what's going on.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh. Nice try.
For the effect. All right.
We drink a whiskey.
That's right.
Write down any notes we have.
Okay.
You guess what the proof is. You guess what type it is and whether or not what your rating is.
Okay.
Hash downtown. Throw it out. Feel better?
Remind me, what are like the attributes where it's like the hug, the lift? Let me make up some fake ones real quick that I think are real. The hug, the lift,
No.
the drift,
Mm-mm.
the scoochie,
Mm-mm.
and then you want to know how much heart the whiskey has.
Sure.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
That's the 5. If that was 5, that's the 5 types of feeling whiskey gives you.
So anyway, number 12. So now, moving forward, we're going to be doing 5 at a time. Last time I did 6. It's because Aaron had grouped 7 through 11 as kind of a really neat exploration. Mm-hmm. And I asked him, moving forward, is there any of those like groupings again? And he's like, nope, just all blind, just nothing, no rhyme or reason to what we picked and whatnot. So I'm sure the last one has some sort of, I'm sure they picked something specific for like Christmas. But yeah, so let's just go ahead and dig into day 12. Ooh. Ah.
I did forget the nose. The nose, obviously.
Mm-hmm. It's like a nice, like, honey.
I was going to say very sweet.
Butterscotch.
Okay. I'm going to throw a vanilla in there.
Okay. I definitely get that vanilla you were talking about in the palate. There's this teeny amount of spice in there.
Yeah.
Kind of right in the middle.
It's kind of, I don't want to say this I don't want this to sound rude.
Mm-hmm.
First whiskey, I'm already maybe sounding rude, but like a dry, bland, right on the tongue.
There's definitely a little bit of dryness to it for sure, especially on the back end. A little hug, but that sweetness that I had on the nose is carrying through.
Yeah,
like I get that butterscotch as well on the palate. It tastes familiar.
Okay.
Do I know exactly what? No.
Now it's mostly sweet and not spicy, and I know we're not really there yet. But to me, I'm not thinking rye.
No, I definitely think this is a bourbon. I think that spice or that peppery spice or whatnot, more proof coming through than anything.
High proof. That's a good point.
Not crazy high, but it's there. Yeah, it's creamy.
Mm-hmm. Creamy is one way to go.
I'm going to shoot a little high here for the proof. I'm going to say 100.
I'm going to say 99. No, I'm going to say 90, 95. It's a weird one to start with because the thing I keep thinking about between like the very tiny spice, the very teensy hug, and the dryness of it, it's like a very inoffensive whiskey.
Okay.
And I know a lot of these are usually like, pow, here's a scotch.
Actually, up to this point, like nothing has been very like in your face. Mm-hmm. They up to number 12, they've had a really good without giving anything away, it's been a very nice introduction into things. You know what I mean? Nothing is really just like, boom, you know. So this kind of plays right along with how it's been going.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed that. I gave it a Haas. I'm giving it a Haas. What do you think?
That's a... Oh, got my columns mixed up.
How dare you?
That's a downtown for me just because I'm usually looking for something a little bit... I'm either looking for something a little bit spicier or a little bit sweeter. This is in the...
right in between?
The no-go zone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm also going to say bourbon, or I always forget, you know, what terms they come up with. Mm-hmm. But like, not some sort of maybe small batch or like reserve type bourbon where it's like, you know, layered or niche. Now I'm in the swing of things. Now we're kicking off.
Now you remember how this works.
Yep.
All right. Number 13. Ooh.
John's ahead of me. Hang on. What you smelling? Oh, you're smelling that. I got it.
Yeah. I just said it too. No, they've been pretty good. There's a little bit. I mean, it's not. We're not talking like I'm licking Band-Aids and black Sharpie markers, but it's a nice, well-rounded like peaty smoke. Peaty smoke.
I always go to mossy, which makes me think that it's an Irish. Yeah. Which it can get there. We'll see. But as I keep sniffing, it feels very light.
Yeah, like a campfire,
You going s'moresy?
Yeah, like a s'mores campfire, like maybe burnt marshmallow a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
More peat on the palate than the nose.
Mm-hmm.
But up front.
Really?
Yeah. More up front than anywhere. Brown sugar.
I don't know, that peat's sitting with me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It
does, yeah. After the second step, it does stay for a good bit.
Peaty hug.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the scoochie's going to be on this one, though.
Squanch.
The squanch.
I'm rewatching that again.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah.
I want to play that, the one game on, I think it's Steam, like it's a PC game. Mm-hmm. Xbox PC. What the heck's it called? Oh, I have it on my phone. Hold on. But it's
Are we not saying the name of the show so that, because they're not giving you money?
Rick and Morty? I don't care.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
There's a company called Squanch Games.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a bunch of different games out, but one of them's called High on Life. And you're like exploring an alien planet, and the gun you find talks, and it's Morty's voice.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm. They have a couple different games, but it's on Steam.
That sounds silly. Although I've played at least one or two video games in the past year that have guns that talk to you. So what am I talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Is there a term for like a light scotch?
I mean, it's definitely... I don't think this is an Islay.
Yeah.
It's not heavy on the peat, but it's there and it's noticeable, and it's, you know, it makes its presence known, but it's not offensive to some. To me, I don't care. But it's not an offensive amount of peat, you know? I'm not getting... Are you getting any, like, saltwater, brine?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe a little, but not... Because the other ones, I remember one time, one of the ones last year that I got to taste was a Lefroy 10 or something like that. Oh, yeah. And that one I was like, that was now I know what that tastes like. That was my palate has, you know, increased or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying this is on the lower end of that. So that's why I asked about the brininess, because if you get like a saltwater brine, for me, that makes me lean towards like Speyside. Yeah. I never say it right. Because that usually it's lower on the peat, but you have that little like briny because it's kind of closer to the water and everything. Yeah. I wrote Highland ? I'm just guessing. I definitely think this is a Scotch just because of the peat. That's really, I don't know enough about other regions. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, or do you think it's like no, it's not American. It's not American. Now I'm remembering that. I mean, there are peated bourbons, peated rye in America. Yes. Usually the peat is on the back end of it. Like it's there. Interesting. Okay. But the other aspects shine through. Mm-hmm. What about, now I'm remembering, and this may be apocryphal. I'm not, because I think this is what originally happened, but because there's so many more Japanese whiskeys now, right? Mm-hmm. And Asian whiskeys from other parts of Asia. that they usually finish them in Scotch to give them that like familiar flavor.
Or the mash bill has some sort of like peated malt. Or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
So now that kind of lightness is kind of telling me maybe it's something like that, but
it could be. I mean, I haven't had enough of those to like really know.
So I don't know.
But the ones I have had that like the Japanese ones, I feel like it'd be less peaty because usually it's an after thing.
It also looks really light, and I feel like a lot of the Japanese whiskeys I've seen are like trend lighter. Mm-hmm. Now this is one of those. Now if I'm right, going down in history, but I'm probably wrong, and we need to remember that.
I'm gonna go 92 proof.
I'm gonna keep lowballing you for now. I'm gonna say 89.
I'm gonna go Haas again. I liked that nose.
Yeah,
I thought this was a really good. If it is a Scotch, it's a very good all around kind of one. You know what I mean? Like if I don't want to say intro because there's other intros ones, but I think it's a pretty good.
That's
a really good one. Yeah,
what I landed on. Yeah, not intro Scotch. Let's say intermediate Scotch. Maybe. I'm gonna put that down. Oh, what? No, I was also gonna say Haas because the reasons that you also said, and that's how you sound smart, folks. Is you just wait for other people to say. People who know what they're talking about to say smart stuff, and then you go, "What he said."
So you think I'm smart?
Don't get ahead of yourself.
14.
Okay.
All right. This is not that.
This is not that.
This is definitely different. I'm back to my vanilla oak.
Much sweeter. Maybe even an apple caramel.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Way more leading as a bourbon. I don't know. We haven't tried it yet, but like
we haven't tried it yet.
The nose characteristics lead me back there.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it's a little darker. I can see yours better than I can see mine, and that one definitely is a little bit darker compared to everything else.
What's wrong? You making faces over there?
I don't know. That was weird. Like trip I just went on. That first sip, I got almost like a creme brulee, like
sweet again,
mixture on it. Yeah.
No, it's not really. Whew. All right, that one got me. I was about to say, it's not really sticking with me.
Well, I'm also taking smaller sips. I'm sure if I gulp this, yeah.
Yeah, but like when you're talking about certain ones taste heavier on the back end as opposed to the front, etc. When it doesn't quite stay with me, I don't totally know what that means, but maybe that has to do with proof. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get a little bit of pepper and proof on the back end.
Pepper
delayed hug.
My whiskey, I mean, the prior to notwithstanding, my whiskey palate, I bought a bottle of Thistlefinch a couple weeks ago, and I've been polishing that off, which is a very, for those who don't know, it's like a black pepper whiskey.
Oh, you got I was going to ask which one, because they have a coffee one, they have a couple of ones.
I got the black pepper one, so that's what I've been like
with your spice
used to. Yeah.
I had that like very early on when they first started. I mean, it was interesting, but like I was like, I mean, they got a little bit to go. Like it was like one of their first iterations of it. It's really light, I know from what I remember now, I think it's gotten a lot darker. Like I think they're getting some age on their products and whatnot, but
I like to mix them, so.
Oh, true.
I was doing that with a very crisp ginger beer, which makes the whole drink just kind of kick you in the face.
You're way better at the cocktail concoctions than I am.
Oh, thank you. John, are you saying that I'm good at cocktails?
Yeah.
Yes. This one's weird though. I can't say that for everyone.
I'm gonna go bourbon again. Proof has thrown me off. I think I'm gonna stick with 100 like I did before. Now the question is, which one do I like better?
I'm going to say at least 90. Also, it's a downtown for me just because I can't quite get a handle on it yet.
So I'm nosing 12 again.
He's nosing 12.
And
I
smell it.
Comparing sweets.
And I don't know if they got anything from them, but like I smell it and I get like Wiggles barrel room off of it. This is the most specific nose in the city for 12. In the city, folks. But I just like when I walk into their barrel room, like this is what I smell. So I don't know if it Wiggle. I don't know if they put Wiggle in this.
Oh man, well maybe yeah.
But But
I just don't think it's a rye, so I'm just going to say bourbon. But I don't know. I don't know how to get more specific.
I'm going to say a downtown slash.
Okay.
I want to know a little bit more about this one. I think it's good. I do enjoy it. I'm not like nothing's really sticking out to me.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to know a little bit more. Like, I want to know the price. I want to know what this is. So, like, you know, during the reveal of this one, that may change depending on that.
It's a weird one. It's also a downtown. I don't think I'd like drinking it more. I don't think I'd like it, though.
Okay.
It's a little bit too... It's not weird because I like the weird stuff.
Yeah. It's just middle of the road
It's
for you.
Yeah. It's a little bit, a little elusive, maybe, like an elusive, could be one of these. I don't think it's a blend, but it could be one of these, reserves or small batch thingies.
Number 15 is definitely lighter than 14 and 16.
That's a good point. Yep.
I don't know if that's really vindicative of anything. Indicative? Indicative words. Why I teach numbers.
I'm the words guy around here.
You are, very much so. I don't know if that's going to mean anything, but it is just, if we're talking colors, a little lighter than the one before it and the one after it.
Oh, again, I forgot. I told you this. I told my brother John this off mic, but I have to repeat it here for the listeners. The only other thing I've been drinking in the past week was the
Screwball.
The Screwball peanut butter whiskey. Because I was with our dad for like a whole week. So, so my recent whiskey palate's absolutely screwed. Yeah. So I should be wrong about every single one of these. I don't know why he invited me here.
Because I did the last one by myself and it was weird.
It was weird, yeah.
So I'm not really getting too much off of this nose.
No.
Definitely the lightest nose out of all of them.
Yeah.
All four so far. What are you getting? You getting anything?
There's something there. But I'm diving into this glass for it.
What? People do that.
No, I just saw you. What did you do?
Yeah, you cover up one nostril.
Yeah.
and then you do...
I'm huffing whiskey fumes over here. Oh, that's concentrated.
A little bit.
All right, but what does it smell like, genius?
I don't know. I may have to come back to the nose after we try it.
I feel so silly. I don't know what it smells like.
This is me, like these past other ones. I'm just like, I'm not getting too much off this nose.
I'm writing down ghost nose. Much better on taste.
Getting like
is it sweet?
Like grassy.
Grassy.
Like a grassy grain.
Earthy?
Maybe earthy, sure.
I don't know. This to me is like a... Hang on.
This is giving me Irish feels.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
To me, this is a sturdy, dependable whiskey.
A little leather. The proof / spice sticks kind of to the roof of my mouth for a bit.
Same.
No weird hug right away. See, I could see this being like a Japanese.
Really? Okay.
Or an Irish. There's like subtle smoky hints to it, which is why I'm feeling like that. Like maybe it's finished in a Japanese, but finished in a Scotch barrel or something. I don't know.
Maybe. I didn't think about that. Oh, if that other Scotchy one turns out to not be to be like some sort of classic Scotch, that if this gets back to them, they're going to be offended.
Oh no, I doubt they're listening.
I could send it to them, and then we'll see if they get offended.
Yeah, I mean, nothing really ever came from the nose. Maybe that earthiness. Maybe that's why I'm not getting too much.
Yeah. The problem with this one is, it's a problem whenever we do these blind ones, is that I keep comparing it to the other ones we had in the past 20 minutes. Or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is technically the spiciest one we've had.
A little bit.
Yeah. Which makes me want to say rye just for the comparison, just to shake things up.
Sure.
But let's see.
I could see that. Just because that, like you said, that spice is sticking to the top of my mouth, roof of my mouth.
But it doesn't feel that heavy. So I'm going to say proof, I'm going to say 85.
Yeah.
All over the place.
I'm going to join you on that.
Okay.
I think it's definitely in the 80s.
It's the downtown.
Yeah, because I'm really I'm confused on this one, so.
That's good. Isn't that fun and interesting to be confused?
I think I'm going to stick with Irish. I don't think it's
I
like
really
an American
don't.
single malt or something like that.
I really don't get Irish.
I
at
haven't
all.
had enough American single malts. I've had some, and they've been good, but not enough to like be able to pick it out like I can, like I think I can with everything else. But I think we're just going to stick with that.
Sorry, I'm filling out my
You're good.
chart here. Sticky hug, because like you said, sticks to the roof of your mouth a little bit. I'm going to make this one of my weirdo picks, which is a rye, but it's finished in something that's making it a little bit lighter or something like that. Whether that's I know I've had or we've had, finished in white wine or something like that. If I am, because I didn't really eat dinner today, do you think that changes my palate at all or whatever?
No, I feel like you have a lot more.
Or my taste buds?
It's more palate cleanse kind of thing because you didn't like just eat something that's going to,
I'm getting barbecue chicken pizza on this one.
Zach and I did buffalo wings the one time before we did an episode, and that was such a mistake. Hated everything the rest of the night. Aaron was like, "Why would you do that?" I'm like,
so
"I don't know.
funny.
I was hungry." All right, last one.
Number
16.
last one.
Peanuts.
Peanuts.
Like a nuttiness.
Oh, I'm kind of getting that. Is it a circus nutty or a not?
Just like I almost said peanut butter, but not like that. A little bit of oak. Wow.
Nutty? Yeah, I'm still nosing, but nutty.
No, sorry, I tried some.
Nutty, woodsy, a little bit. Let me try it. Huh?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, like a nutty creaminess, nice light crisp finish.
That's kind of lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
It's got a lot going on there.
And it kind of sneaks up on you.
I know I've been saying bourbon all night, but like I'm either going to go bourbon or like a lighter rye because there's a little bit of spice in there, but not.
Yeah. I want to also say rye. But what would make it... Oh, again. Whew, it just kind of comes up on me. What would make a rye kind of nutty and... Because it doesn't... I mean... Let me check again. It smells a little spicy now that I've tasted it, but not really.
It's there, but I think that's more like the alcohol, like the proof.
For proof, I got to kick it up.
I went to 105.
Yeah.
Maybe 110.
We'll say... Oh, boy. I'm going to say 102 because I'm a baby.
I like it.
That's a house. That's a whoo house.
Of these 5, what'd you like the most?
I think I like that one the most because it's a little complex, and it's a little. I'm gonna write down complex. It's a little complex. It's a little off kilter. Just between what you're expecting and what you get, maybe a little higher proof. That not unnoticeable. I mean, I like that what we thought was maybe what I put down intermediate Scotch from number 13. But that's just because I was hoping for at least one Scotch in this batch.
Yeah.
So
I think
I like this a lot.
I think my top 2 would be 16 and 13. Same thing. 16
Yeah.
and 13 would be my top 2. I like 12, but I like 13 better than 12.
Now I'm not. I've done this with you at least once before.
Couple times.
I'm not really a throw it out guy.
It's got to be pretty like. It's either just got to taste bad, or just have nothing to it.
But this is one that I don't think... I already said it's a house. It's not a throw it out. But, like, I'm glad I didn't get a throw it out in here. throw it at. But this is one that I probably wouldn't. Unless I knew... once I know what the bottle is, like what to mix it with, maybe. But I think this is fine just by itself.
I think this would be good in an old fashioned.
Oh yeah, where you're just adding like one little kick or one little element to it. That's very nice.
Cool.
Hey, we did it.
We did it. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Whiskey's pretty good, you guys. They've been. I don't want to tell tales out of school. They've been working on this stuff.
Yeah,
that's pretty good
for a good bit of time now. Yeah. There was a little, iffiness in the 20s, but
in that, yeah.
You know.
That whole prohibition thing.
Yeah, but
breeds innovation is what I like to say.
All right. Well, thanks again for coming on.
Yep.
You're going to hear him in the next half episode, the reveal episode.
Not rid of me yet.
Not yet. But, yeah. All right. Well, like I said, since we're not done, the only thing I can say is see you next time.
See you.